My super sensitive husband got his feelings hurt again. My husband said he has to walk on eggshells around me, but I feel it's the opposite. He's insanely sensitive, emotional, and everything hurts his feelings. He even cried at the Barbie movie. Last week, I bought a case of Diet Dr. Pepper and told him I was going to pack one each day to go with my lunch, instead of spending so much on the vending machine at work. Didn't think anything of since he's made his dislike for diet soda well known over the years. I haven't actually packed any DDP yet, because I still had some Diet Pepsi cans that I was packing before opening the new case. Tonight at dinner, I realized the new case was put in the fridge, opened, and half were already gone. I wasn't even going to put them in the fridge. Just grab one each day to add to my lunch bag. I said, what the heck, you don't even like diet sodas, and that's all it took for him to get super defensive. He told me it's my fault that I let it sit around too long. Anything remotely sweet is descended upon like locusts during a plague when it's brought in the house. And I can't say a word, even when I end up not getting anything. Happens a lot. If I say anything at all, he says I'm being mean, and he turns it around that I'm weird because I'm hoarding food that I'm not using, which isn't true. I just like to have things on hand for when I have a craving. He cries so easily, gets defensive, blames literally anything I have a problem with back on me, but claims he walks on eggshells around me. I guess I'm wondering how this sounds from an outsider's perspective. I feel like I'm going crazy. Comment. It sounds like he's being manipulative personally. He might really be very sensitive and easily upset, but it sounds like he uses it to get what he wants, and the walking on eggshells bit sounds like he's saying it first before you do. If you've said what the Diet Dr. Pepper is for, then he should leave it alone, and there's no issue with you keeping foods that you like for yourself. I'm sure that you would be okay with him keeping something in the cupboard that he likes. He's blaming you and then gaslighting you by blaming you about all of it. Divorce. Unless you are okay with this being the rest of your life. Your husband is not super sensitive, his feelings aren't being hurt. He knows exactly what he is doing. He's trying to control you and blaming you when you don't act or behave the way he wants you to. Gets all upset and blames you. That too. I just buy the soda or sweets and leave them in my office rather than bringing them home. Actually, now that I think of it, my husband buys treats for himself and hides them in the house. Problem is, for him, out of sight is out of mind, and he forgets about his hidden stash. He's got some Starburst stash that I've had my eye on for weeks. LOL. No, you're absolutely right. I didn't have any mature, helpful suggestions on that aspect. My suspicion is that he knows damn well what he's doing, and he's using emotions to manipulate her. When I suspect my husband is trying to manipulate, I call him out on it and move on. That's probably not helpful for up. This was my thought as well. I wonder if he learned with whining he's being picked on, exaggerating how hurt he was, and even a few tears if he got what he wanted growing up, so why not do it as a grown-up? If Op's husband hid this not so lovely trait until after they were married, my sympathy. My tolerance for whining/fussing and any poor me crap is like 0 for anyone over the age of 3 unless there is truly a valid reason. The sensitivity is a distraction from his actual behavior, which is undermining stuff that you like or your boundaries. Whatever the details, the overall picture is that you can't have nice things, and you certainly cannot call him out on his behavior. It's a big worry. TBH, the fact that he has already jumped to telling you he walks in eggshells tells me that he is pretty aware of what he is doing and wants you to tell like the crazy one. Tread carefully, please. I'd be wary of a tactics shift if you stop accepting Mr. Sensitive. Next story 2. My fiancé bought me a wedding ring set I can't wear every day. So me and my fiancé have been together for 3 years. We live together and have multiple pets together. We talked about marriage about 3 months before he proposed. I told him what kind of ring I wanted, as I'm allergic to so many kinds of metal. I have a lot of jewelry I can't wear because of my allergy and didn't want to take the risk I'd be allergic to the engagement and wedding ring. I spent days researching types of metal that's safe for people with my allergy, non-metal ring options, and even silicone rings. After about a week, I found it. The ring. I fell in love with it as soon as I saw it. I messaged the maker asking for more details. They're handmade, hypoallergenic, extremely affordable, and beautiful. There's even a matching wedding ring set. I sent the link to my then boyfriend and he said we'd get it no problem. 2 weeks after I sent him that link, he wants to go to a major nationwide diamond retailer. I asked why and he said just to look. I agreed to go but told him the rings I want, I already sent to him. We go look at very expensive rings and nothing catches my eye. They're metal I'm allergic to or a diamond which I'm not fond of, or just plain gaudy looking. Then the sales lady pulls out some pre-owned rose gold diamond wedding ring sets. I saw a few I liked but I can't wear a gold and diamond ring every day because of my job. I do manual labor and oftentimes use abrasive chemicals that would tarnish a gold ring. My now fiancé falls in love with one set and says it's the one for me. I agree it's a very beautiful ring. It's 4x more expensive than the set I want. I told him I wanted to keep looking but he insisted on getting it and had the lady bring it to the checkout. He gets it then tells his parents he got me the ring I really wanted. It's not what I really wanted. The first set I can wear every day because the maker designed it with people who do manual labor in mind. This new set I can't wear every day and that's what I wanted. I'm so disappointed that he repeatedly did not listen to me and my desires. Comment. Main problem here is that, as you say, he wasn't willing to listen to you. Buying someone a gift with greater monetary value may seem like a nice gesture in principle but it's pointless if it's not a suitable gift or item for the person getting it. Be honest with him and say you're frustrated he's completely ignored your wishes. I wouldn't marry a man who listened to you and then said no I know better than you especially when you have allergies that he knows about to the thing he bought you. It's an engagement ring the thing that is supposed to represent your love and commitment to the coming marriage. He's communicating very clearly what the rest of your life will look like and I guarantee you're ignoring so many red flags of him doing this over and over again. This was my first thought too. It is such a humongous red flag that he refused to listen to what she wanted and needed. Why is his opinion the only one that matters to him? It is an even bigger flag that he didn't care about her allergies to the metal. Does he want her to be in pain? Does he get off on her pain? This does not bode well for the marriage. I would not marry a man that treated me like this. Just don't wear your engagement ring especially when his family is around. When they will ask why, you just reply he didn't buy you what you asked for. 2 possibilities: A. He feels dumb, buys the one you asked for, learns he has to listen to you more and you start a therapy to learn how to stand for yourself. B. He perfectly understood the first time which ring you wanted but doesn't care and gets angry because he is controlling and wants you to bend to his views. At this point, just break up with him as it won't get better after marriage. TBH the way you told the story, I think B, as there is no way he didn't get which ring you wanted. But perhaps the way you explained him what you want wasn't very clear and you really need to stand for yourself. Next story 3. I broke up with my boyfriend. Why does it feel like I made a mistake? I broke up with my boyfriend of 2 years yesterday. I was sure it was the right decision. I had communicated to him some issues I felt in the relationship and nothing changed. Things like me having to ask him to clean up instead of just doing it, me feeling financially burdened and never being paid back for things, like covering rent, car payments etc., that I lent him money for, and a complete lack of sex life. When we would go on dates, he would always be on his phone. I think I generally just got the ick, no longer felt in love, although I do still have love for him, and was no longer attracted to him. But now, I am scared. He is my best friend. He was generally a good boyfriend and we were so comfortable together. He is so upset by this and so am I. We had talked about marriage, moving somewhere, kids. I feel awful and terrible. I guess I just don't know if I made the right decision. Maybe these were issues that we could have fixed in the long run. If you have been in a similar situation, what was it like for you? How did you get through it? Comment. You made the right decision, I promise. I was in the same boat 2 years ago, and what helped me was to write down every reason why it was the right decision. Everything he done that hurt you, why yous weren't compatible, or anything that bothered you. Anytime you feel like this again, wanting him back, go back and read this list. I promise it's just the fear of the unknown. You're here for reassurance, not advice. This is because you know what's right, but that doesn't make it comfortable. So here's my advice: be uncomfortable. Sit with it, accept it, and then go live your life. I mean, it was clearly a great decision. That didn't sound like a relationship, it sounded like he wanted a mom, and not in a kinky way. Change is hard and scary. It's normal to feel this way when your emotional needs weren't being met. If things could have just been a little different, rest assured, this was a good decision. You say he was a good boyfriend, and say he was dirty, lazy leech you had to clean after and felt financially burdened by, and who ignored you on dates by being on his phone. You're just looking back at things through rose-tinted glasses. A grown man who's 11 years older than his partner should not be borrowing money off his partner. Trust me, he is not someone you'd want to marry and have kids with unless you like the sound of being a married single mom who financially provides, looks after the kids, and does all the cooking and cleaning.